Hello everyone and welcome back to Baron's Den, where we have some more news revealed for the new Chaos Dwarf team. Today it looks like we have the reveal of the Chaos Dwarf star player, one of the Chaos Dwarf star players, who are going to feature in the Chaos Dwarf team in the Spike. So let's get into it. So Jim, incidentally Bob, Hthark is the sound most players make when they're trampled by a bull centaur. You might be a violent madman on the pitch, Jim, but I hear he's a darling among the hoofwear sponsors. That's what you get for having twice the ad space for a regular player, Bob. Earlier this year, we revealed the elegant new miniature for Jordell Freshbreeze, a sprightly star player whose acrobatic leaps slip through the defensive lines like water through fingers. That got us wondering what would be the absolute opposite of what that would look like. The bluntest, meanest, and most unstoppable hammer to smash through the gridiron. Turns out it's Hthark the Unstoppable. Oh, look at him. He is an absolute beast. Fabulous. Yep, much like the other bull centaurs, very stocky, very bull-like. The torso looks great, although it's got the new Chaos Dwarf hats compared to the more traditional, rounder one with spikes coming out. It's got the same design, but there's nothing wrong with this design. It's fine. He's got this huge fist blade here as well. He looks brilliant. So I don't know if it's Hthark or just Hthark and the H being silent. I don't know, but either sounds pretty cool. So I'm going to go with Hthark at the moment. At nearly 9 feet tall, that's the character, not the model, and 1,800 pounds of raw muscle, armour and hatred, Hthark is one of the most terrifying competitors to enter the gridiron. But he wasn't always the juggernaut sportsman Blood Bowl fans know and love. Once, Hthark was naught but a common labourer, until an unfortunate misunderstanding between the bull centaur and his colleagues over a few post-work drinks resulted in breathtaking amounts of property damage, an evening with a local constabulary, and the attention of the Zarnagrund Ziggurats talent scouts. Unsurprisingly, he took to Blood Bowl like a halfling takes to pasties, where his uncontrollable outbursts of blazing anger could be aimed at far less incriminating targets. Nearly 100 fatalities and 3 million gold pieces of property damage later, Hthark had firmly earned the moniker the Unstoppable, even managing to score a handful of touchdowns in between stints, trampling match officials and smashing preening wood elves through food carts. A lovely bit of artwork there of him crushing a dwarf, which is always nice to see. Hthark lives up to his reputation with a fearsome spread of statistics that match capable speed with overwhelming physical power. His skills and traits reinforce his position as a brutal blocker who can surge out the scrimmage after clobbering a few blockers with break tackle, sprint and thick skull. Skills we were expecting him to have. They are skills that he's had before. But again, that's good. Leading back into what he was. What he isn't is a tactical wizard, and his special action, Unstoppable Momentum, is as blunt and simple as the man himself, giving the free reroll every time he blitzes. Okay, so Unstoppable Momentum. Whenever Hthark performs a blitz action, he may reroll a single block dice. That's pretty good, isn't it? In fact, that's very good. Because a lot of these special rules are once per game, once per drive, once per half. But this is basically any time he blitzes, he can reroll one of his block dice. So if he doesn't have block, that could help him from a both down. It could just help him from a skull. Or it could be that if he rolls a 2-die block and it's a push something, he can keep the push as an emergency, but have a go at the other dice roll to try and get a knockdown. Badlands Brawl and Favoured of Hashut can arm themselves with Hthark the Unstoppable's majestic brutality for the princely sum of 300,000, and his glorious miniature will be available soon in Forge World Resin. Well, soon, I hope, means that the whole team will be soon, and that soon is less than a month as opposed to 3 or 4 months, which is sometimes what happens. Cool. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I like the look of the model. And I like the look of the player. I'm pretty sure somewhere... Did I read the cost? Was it down when it said Badlands Brawl? Yeah, 300,000 gold pieces is a lot. I mean, that's more than Griff Overworld, isn't it? That's deep root territory, and obviously Morg is more than that, but that's a lot. That is a lot of money that it's going to cost. I can't remember how much Grashnak's worth. Oh, I could just check there. But that's an expensive star player. As to what his stats could look like, he wasn't released, I don't think, in 2016. He should have a Blood Bowl 2 representation. But I'm guessing, apart from cost, the Blood Bowl 2 representation is based on the 3rd edition, or on his CRP profile. I don't have the CR profile to hand, but I do have a cardboard star player from the 3rd edition in front of me here. So it says he was movement 6, strength 6, agility 2, which is agility 4+, and armor 10, which is armor 11+. So that is a beast of a stat line. I don't think he'll have quite that, but it is pretty good. And his skills were block, break tackle, sprint, sure feet, thick skull. So it's the 3 skills that were mentioned there, plus block and sure feet. So he will have sure feet, because that's a standard Bull Centaur thing. It's a question of whether they keep giving block. If he has block as well, this guy's absolutely outstanding. Because even with break tackle, he can even bust out of difficult situations to go and block someone, or to, like I say, like we've said before, run with the ball. Strength 6 means that he able to take on big guys and burst through Strength 4 player screens and lines. So yeah, again, it looks like he could have a great stat line, but it's going to be hard to get him on the pitch, and it will be hard to get him into a tournament list at 300,000 with Chaos Dwarfs. We wait to see what the prices are of the other players. Obviously, they might come down a bit, given that Chaos Dwarfs have had a skill removed. We've got new positionals, so they might be cheaper. But even so, I imagine it's going to be hard to get this guy in. But on the other hand, you can't make a really good star player and then have him cheap, because it's going to break the game, isn't it? And we wouldn't want them to release Hthark as a shadow of his former self. So on the whole, it's looking good for the Unstoppable. The only other skill that it doesn't mention here that his lore would suggest is Juggernaut. I mean, if he's unstoppable and his skill is literally unstoppable momentum, surely he'd have Juggernaut. So maybe they'd consider pulling off block and giving him Juggernaut, or maybe nixing a bit of his strength, making him strength 5, because strength 6 is very strong for a Bull Centaur. The normal Bull Centaurs are only strength 4, and star players tend to be an increase on one of the stats here or there by 1, not often by 2. But what we've got to remember here is that back in 3rd edition, when Chaos Dwarfs were released, and I've got the Chaos Dwarf list here from 3rd edition, they only had Hobgoblins and Chaos Dwarf blockers. They had no Bull Centaurs, no Minotaurs. So when Hthark was released, there were no Bull Centaurs. In many ways, he is the father of all the Bull Centaurs in the game, because he's they obviously based the positional on him. A bit like how a vampire team grew out of Luther, and it's happened with a few other positionals where there was a star player in older versions and they decided to give them as positionals. The reason I bring that up is that is why we might see that Hthark is now realised as strength 5, not strength 6, because there was no Bull Centaurs when he was strength 6. Now we have Bull Centaurs, maybe it makes more sense for him to be strength 5. And I think if they knocked him down to strength 5 and maybe swapped block for Juggernaut, they could, it wouldn't be as unstoppable. But then, would he be worth 300,000? Who knows? We'll find out soon, won't we? But yeah, very excited to see him join the Gridirons. That's Hthark the Unstoppable. We should have 2 more star players to be revealed. I'm very much expecting Zarg Mad-Eye and either Rashnak Backstabber or an alternative version of him, a renamed version. Yeah, wonderful. Okay, well, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you very much. Bye for now.